I represent Win. Win is the upskilling universe for the IT community. So the IT practitioners in the industry, it's meant for them. It's a management as well as emerging technology-based upskilling topic. So for example, if you're an IT professional and you're looking for regular upskilling and keeping yourself abreast of the new changes and grow accordingly, win more in life, we are your best partner. My name is Saikat. I am the one of the co-founders and the CEO for this organization. I also have a few of my colleagues today in this call. I have Amit, the COO, and I have Nelendu, who is the CTO. I also have Vipin, who handles our financial control. So with that understanding, let me proceed. So quickly about Win. So we believe in an inspirational brand. We understand there are thousands of upskilling brands in the industry. However, we see ourselves differently, primarily from a standpoint that our goal is not really to provide certifications and knowledge. We understand the primary differentiator between you and your success is more than knowledge. Of course, knowledge is a stepping stone. But primary stepping stone would be the skill change. The skill gap is a big pain in the industry, and we notice that. And that's how we want to take it forward. So we are a hybrid service provider. That means we provide online self-paced learning. And then based on your doubts and questions, etc., if you're an IT professional, you attend our courses, you buy various courses that are available for you on our website. And beyond that, if you need further support and discussions, you can also be a part of the online live sessions that we conduct on a monthly basis. Each course that we have is typically distributed between 2 weeks to 12 weeks span. We believe in that to be the optimum timeline. We were founded in 2016, but at that point, our focus was primarily to, upskill as well as, so we all come from management consulting background. We come from IT advisory. I was one of the practice leaders for KPMG in India. So from there we came. So when we came here, we had that concept of focusing also onto the consulting bit of things, primarily from a revenue standpoint, operational cost, etc. So the initial time was spent more on consulting as well as, so we were a knowledge organization at that point. From 2019, we decided to pan completely towards education and upskilling. The primary reason for that were many. One of the things was we saw the major impact we can create in the industry. So I still fondly remember a few examples of few people whose lives were transformed because of going through our upskilling programs. And that motivated us tremendously. We realized that we are not in this game primarily to really earn from a commercial standpoint. That is, of course, a byproduct, but the primary aim is to create the global impact that we can. And with upskilling, it's a huge potential. So with that, we completely shifted and we upgraded our brand to Win. Okay, so with that understanding, let me proceed. For the last 3 years, we have been growing at a 2x plus pace from a revenue standpoint. Our programs are primarily on IT management and emerging tech. And the secret sauce of our good growth and future major projections is primarily based on a tech-based as well as a community-based scaling. So this industry a bit fragmented. There are many players and they are all doing pretty well for themselves. However, it's pretty, there is no clear single winner in the industry. And one of the primary reason we realize for that is the lack of stickiness. The community culture is missing. Today, what happens is a person takes a course from one of the providers and then goes and takes another from somebody else, because ultimately most of the knowledge courses are a commodity and the certification is the primary focus. There is no great takeaway from it which can help them potentially reskill themselves and grow further. So looking at that, we said it's very critical to use the goodness of artificial intelligence. For example, quickly to give you an example, because some of you, you guys are also, you have your investments in Healthify. So let me highlight the way Healthify establishes somebody's food habit and the routine of what to eat, what not to eat throughout. We have a similar arrangement that we have established and it's currently ongoing from an artificial intelligence standpoint for the entire yearly upskilling programs. So we are going to be Healthify of that, and that's what we are trying to establish. Right. And then based on so that creates some amount of stickiness. What happens is then the courses can be taken anywhere, but ultimately you upload your certificates and your completion confirmation on our website. That way we hold the data, which is pretty powerful in itself. And along with that, of course, there are a bunch of courses that you can take from us, and you do that. But otherwise, you also come to us. We become the mothership, and then you keep taking from everyone else. And on our platform, we create this community, and that community starts growing further and further and further. And that creates the stickiness that is required to be the industry champion, which is not the case in anywhere else. Any other player is doing that. So we see great potential in that. We have been excellent in community building throughout. We have seen some great results from our community focus. So yeah, we are excited about it. And that's what we want to be a part of in this journey. So with that, we proceed. So the problem statement is pretty obvious by now. The skill gap in IT industry is pretty large and looming large. We see on one side, you have major amount of IT professionals available, entry level as well as practicing. On the other side, you have major amount of new job opportunities available. So if in an ideal world, every individual is highly capable and skillful for those roles that are available, then there is no gap in the industry. But that's the problem, right? So you have supply, you also have demand, but in between there is a huge void, and that void is of skill. And that's where we fit in. We want to cater to that industry and grow together.